What's good, Raider Nation? We've all got Mendoza mania, and we have him at our number one draft pick. But who will the Raiders draft at the other 9 positions? Or picks, I should say. Let's talk about it. Monday Night Madness is where your voice takes the mic. This platform is for the dysfunctionally passionate Raider fan to provide their overreactive analysis, provide their emotional persuasiveness, and a chance to be grossly opinionated. When you take the mic, your hot take doesn't necessarily reflect the beliefs of all of Raider Nation or of this show. There might be cussing, arguing, and fans appearing on camera that aren't camera ready. Everyone is welcome to take the mic and join the madness.
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
I think this journey is the most special because there's not a lot of people that have the opportunity playing in high school and college and then pro and then being injured and then starting coaching as a young coach.
Can portray me any way they want because I don't give a damn. I am what I am, and until those people touch me close enough, they'll never know what I am. If they want to see me in this interview or in a newspaper article and say, what's the matter with this guy? Let them say it. But don't you analyze me and don't you tell me what I am until you get close enough to understand what I am. Then you can make an analysis of me. But don't you dare do it until that.
Clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over. Run through a motherfucker face.
The mental side of the game is taking me to the next level, and it's true confidence. It's feeding your brain elite of elite. And that's, I always talk about 1% and more is required. And I always say these things, but it's what I live. I see it everywhere I go because you have to constantly train your mind for greatness.
What up? What up? What
Good,
up?
Raider Nation. Welcome to Monday Night Madness. I am Spicy Raider Girl here with Omar, Mother Moon, April, and Arthur. Remember, the drinking game alert tonight, if you don't already know, now you know, is going to be draft. And that's because we are doing our mock draft. That is the one and only hot take tonight, mock draft 1.0. And like those outspoken Raiders you just saw there, we want you to take the mic. This is the show where you don't want to hear from us. We want to hear from you. So come on and join us. The link is at the top for you to join us. We're going to get into the show a little bit before we take people. I see people already backstage, and we love that. But we're going to get through some stuff before we actually start taking you. We appreciate it, though. Remember, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, and join to become a member. So as we all know, the Raiders have a bunch of picks, and there's nothing more than a GM likes than a bunch of picks, except maybe a bunch of money to spend, which he already did and knocked out of the ballpark, in our opinion. But here are the draft pick orders for the Raiders. Of course, we know they have 10, 1 first round, 1 second round, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and also 1 in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. So lots of guys to choose from, and we're going to go through them one by one. What's good, everybody?
Nothing. Hey, speaking of cap space, we have still 23.5 in fresh cap space. So good job, SpyTech.
Yeah.
Shoot, let's go.
I mean, 13 of that, though, we have to relegate towards draft picks. So we have about 10 because 13 of it's going to go towards draft picks. So keep that in mind, too.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just happy I got a tall can for tonight, you know?
Well, you're going to need it because we've already said draft.
Right? I'm not even going to be able to keep up.
Already, so I don't see anybody picking up their glass, so y'all mind, just saying.
Right? I'm like, man.
I was quick with it, though.
I mean, at this point, we're going to have to take an intermission just to go get a refill, you know what I mean?
What's the rule if you don't drink? You can choke or you can twerk. Ow.
Hey, there you go. All right, well, we got a lot to get into tonight because we are all going to go over our mock draft. So let's get right into it. Arthur, you want to lead?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Sure.
All right. Here is Arthur's mock draft here.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of go through my picks and why I picked them in that certain spot. So Obviously, at number 1, Fernando. We've been talking about him all offseason. We talked about him even before the Raiders had the number 1 draft. The kid's a leader. He's a gym rat. He wants to learn. He wants to get better. I think he's a franchise quarterback, and I think that he's the guy that we've been waiting for to turn this franchise around. So the quarterback we've been needing for a long time. Pick 36, second round. I went with Caden McDonald. He's 6'2", 326. He's played nose tackle. With us switching to that 3-4 defense, we need a dominant nose tackle. He played at Ohio State. He was a finalist for the Outland Trophy, which is the top interior defensive lineman in college football. Just this year, numbers alone, I just kind of pulled some numbers. He had 57 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, and 3 sacks, which is really good in college football sack-wise. He's dominant against double teams. He's a great run stopper. Just a physical disruptor in the middle, which the Raiders are lacking right now to play that 3-4 defense. So McDonald will be a great nose tackle. Pick number 67 in the third round, I went with Malachi Fields, 6'4", 220, wide receiver from Notre Dame. He's one of those guys that's going to make contested catches. He's got big playability. He's not a real speed burner guy, but we have some guys that have speed. He's one of those guys that just has elite catch radius. He can go up and get the ball. If you watch the show, I really wanted Mike Evans in free agency. I think he's kind of one of those type of guys that can just go up, get the ball, challenge for a lot of catches, has great big playability. It's a wide receiver I think the Raiders need. 102, I went with Jalen Kilgore. He's a safety, very rangy. The guy's a ball hawk, has excellent tackling ability, real good ball skills. Not the best run defender. He lacks a little bit in the run. He loves to tackle, but he just doesn't have the top end speed in the run game. But I just want a free safety that's rangy, that can cover. And I think that's what Kilgore is that type of guy that can just range and pick up cover guys. Because as much as I like him, we do not have a free safety. We have 2 strong safeties that are kind of more in the box with our safeties. So 117, I went with Logan Jones. He's 6'3", 300. He played center at Iowa, and if you know anything about Iowa football, that's where you get your offensive linemen from. Those guys are big, they're strong. Those country kids. He played center. But I think he'd be a great at guard also. Obviously we have Tyler Linderbaum at center, who also went to Iowa. But I think that he's strong enough to where he can play guard. He's very technical, very physical, great run blocker, which is what this team wants to do, is run the ball. He's very physical in the run game. I think he could definitely compete at like the right guard position if we put JPJ at the left guard, which is where I want him to play. Possibly could play tackle, but I think he would be better at guard. And make this line even more dominant. At 134, I went Tim Keenan the third. Same thing, just another big boy, just a run stopper. He's 6'1", 330. He had a 90.1 PFF run grade in 2024, so last college season, not 2025, but still was a great run defender. Just another anchor in the middle. He's kind of like McDonald, just a great run stopper. And like I said, we can't have too many big boys in the middle. Those guys get hurt a lot, and they need to be subbed out. So I wanted to make sure we had a lot of depth there. Pick 175, I went Euphenius Prescott. He's a cornerback from Washington. Same thing, another ball hawk. He has elite ball skills. He's great in man-to-man coverage, very physical defender, pretty good tackler, real big, 6'3", 195. So, that's good size for a cornerback. I think he could be a great outside corner, kind of compete with Porter, depending on how much you like Porter at that outside cornerback position. Pick 185, I did Draymond Claiborne. We need another running back. Kubiak talked about it in the offseason. He wanted another partner for Genty. I like this kid. He's 5'10", 190. He ran a 4.37 40. Has elite speed, obviously. He has good hands in the passing game. He can catch. He was a punt returner and a kick returner, so he obviously can help us in that aspect. And for me, I don't think I need a contrast to Genty. I want a guy that can go in there, and I want defenders to know that all day long they're going to have to defend a running back that has speed. So I'm good with Claiborne and Genty both being kind of speed demons. Genty's a little bit more of a bowling ball, to where Claiborne is just going to beat you with speed. But I like having 2 running backs that are going to be speed all day long. 208, Cade Klubnik fell to me in my mock draft. He was still there on the board. Didn't have a great 2020-25 season, but had a really good 2020-24 season. 3,700 yards passing, 36 TDs, only 6 interceptions. I think that he could develop into a really good to great backup quarterback behind Fernando. He could come in, win us some games when called upon. And I think he'd just be a solid quarterback. And I was just shocked he was still on the board. And then at 220 or 219, this is probably my favorite pick of my mock draft. I was shocked he was still on the board at 219 also. Mason Rigger, he's an end. He's 6'5", 250. He just won the defensive MVP at the East-West Shrine game, which is kind of an all-star game in college football. He has very violent hands, excellent bend, and a consistent motor, which I was reading up on him and I read that, it just reminded me of Max Crosby, and I was like, why not add another Mad Max to this defense? So that's my mock. That's how everything kind of felt to me. I think it addressed a lot of needs, and we got not only players at key positions that we needed, but just elite players that can really do a lot for this team.
All right. Arthur, I'm noticing we have a few of the same picks there.
I did notice that.
Not in the same location necessarily, but we'll get into mine just a little bit later. Thank you for that, Arthur. Omar, before you get into yours, did you have some other news you wanted to chat with us about?
I did. Well, searching the internet, and we know the internet never lies. Okay. We now see Mark Davis has another girlfriend. I remember, was that like a year or two ago where Mark Davis had another young lady was his girlfriend, and then she got pregnant. Well, this one already has a baby. Okay. And I was thinking, I'm like, Omar, Mark Davis has so many young girlfriends, and Self said, "Oh, I don't think he does." But does he have a girlfriend? And that's why I brought this up. I love all the fodder on the internet, man. It's very entertaining. But to be a rich, high-profile business owner, does anyone know if this guy has ever really had a girlfriend other than internet girlfriends? And with all the succession talk, and that's what really sparked my mind, because last week I'm reading that the league is going to go on a vote for Mark Davis to put place a succession plan for the team to be sold to one of the minority owners.
Are we looking at her?
Well, if he had kids, wouldn't they have say so? But I'm like, damn, I don't even know if this guy's been close to having kids. I don't know if this guy's been married. I'm like, dude, whoever this guy has working for him to keep his business out the street, he's paid great money for that, or he hasn't been doing shit. And I'm just like, I just kind of want to know as a Raider fan, like, hey, what is my owner doing? Is he at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch burning that shit up? Or is there a Mrs. Davis somewhere who says, hey, I'm not with the spotlight? I'm just saying.
Well, I did read that she just saw him, wanted a picture, and the internet, them trolls, they're just gonna make something out of nothing. Pretty soon we're gonna find out that baby's gonna have a bowl haircut and it's gonna be Mark. I mean, come on. She's beautiful, but she ain't 20. She's like 38, I think. So good job, Mr. Davis. She's older.
Yeah, she's older.
That picture, it inspired me. That's why I'm drinking a Modelo Negro. I'm thinking, ooh, we could have a Negro Raider team owner, y'all. If this was true, but we know it's not true. But hey, I had a moment there. I was like, damn, finally gonna have a black person owning the team. Then I was like, well, we're not.
Oh my God. If there was, speculation that every woman that he took a photo with is going to be his baby mama, then I would say I would be a grandmother.
But the reason why I think the reason why all these pictures get traction is because we don't know what he's doing. We don't know. Yes. I think that's the reason why I'm bringing this up. Is that, hey, Mark, are you dating? Have you ever dated? Are you married? What's the deal, bruh? Because every time you're in a picture with someone, because no one knows, fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
That's what we're doing.
That's all we're doing.
That's all we got, Mark Davis. We just have pictures. Well, Anyway, my internet thoughts of the
Your
week.
regularly scheduled programming here, mock drafts.
And now to the important stuff. All righty. So I think we have a general consensus, at least on our first pick, I believe. But when I was thinking about my draft, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do any trades because in my mind, my first mind, I want to trade a lot of my late round picks to move up. If I can move up and have as much as I can get in the second and third round and maybe nothing lower than a fourth, I'd be happy. Because I think those are the guys that are gonna, more than likely will actually make it, contribute, and we can have production out of those guys right now. But I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go straight up, just picks. And the first thing I thought about is, dude, I want to ground and pound. Best thing we could do for Fernando, and we've said this, a great defense and a running game. And then after hiring Kubiak said, hey, we got Genty, but Genty needs a wingman. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's get a little Batman and Robin. And that's kind of where my draft just kind of, you know what? I'm going to build in the trenches. I want to pound the rock. I know I need a receiver. I'm not really going to address that this year. We didn't do anything in free agency at the receiver spot. I was hoping that maybe we would get a low-cost veteran just to help with some of the young guys, because I believe in Besh. I believe in Thornton. And my philosophy is I think we need a first-round pick top receiver with this group. Or, in my mind, we're just going to get what we already have. We're either going to get a Besh or we're going to get a Thornton of some type. So anyway, going into my draft, I just wanted to kind of wrap up at least my thought process going into my mock draft. Of course, I'm going to start off with Fernando Mendoza. I've been high on Doza ever since I've been watching him in the bowl games. I'm not a big college guy, but I do watch the bowl games. And the kid, hey, he did more than enough for me to solidify me picking him 1 overall. And then I said, hey, I want to protect Doza. I know DJ Glaze is there. I know Colton Miller's there at tackle, but in my mind, I've asked Arthur. I don't know. Arthur's heard me question this about 100 times. Dude, is Colton Miller going to stay healthy? Can we trust Glaze? So I had to go with that. That was my feeling. So I had to go with that. And then Max, Ian Anchor, dropped because arguably some people say he's a first-round pick. Some people say he's a second-round pick. I see a lot of mocks with him in the first-round pick. But, hey, my guy came from Africa and then moved to Compton's in the house, baby. So I'm like, oh, yeah. My guy, 6'6", 7-foot wingspan, ran a sub 540. I'm like, I'm with it. This kid didn't even start playing football until he got to college. Once he got the starting gig, he never gave it up. I mean, all the raw talent, the ceiling is through the roof with this kid. At the Senior Bowl, he was showing folks he a dog. He's ready to fight. He's a dog. I'm like, oh, yeah. I love a lineman that can get mean and nasty, and he did it. I saw some clips of him at the Senior Bowl, and I'm like, yes. I saw some clips of him at the Combine. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I'm definitely rolling with Ian Anchor. And then, like I say, I want to run the ball. And I'm thinking, so, hey, I know a lot of people probably got a running back a little bit later, got Genty. I'm like, dude. And to Arthur's point earlier, I want a running back that ain't afraid of contact. And this kid is explosive, and he doesn't shy away from contact at all. He was already a part of a dynamic duel at Notre Dame because he was there with Love. So this guy knows how to share the load.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling. I mean, he's 6'1". He runs a 4.4. Let's do it. I'm taking Jadarian Price all day. And then for my 4th-round pick, I went with Darrell Jackson. Of course, we need a defensive tackle. I got a defensive tackle. Hey, he was the one there. Also, I did like the fact that he could play. He could be a 2-gapper. You know what I mean? He's raw. I mean, he's a 4th-round pick. Of course, he's raw. Of course, but he's 6 again. Big 6'6" guy, 315 pounds, 7-foot wingspan. This guy can push and grab onto a freaking lineman and grab a running back and take him down with those long arms. So those are arms that he's going to get some sacks. while still making contact with the lineman. So I'm loving Daryl Jackson right here. And then here comes the dog. This is a Raider right here. Zakee Wheatley, this guy is a dog. I mean, to his negative side, sometimes he's a little overly aggressive, and we can look at that as it's only a negative when you whiff on a tackle, but it's great when you're all over and you're smothering receivers, and then you're down there taking on running backs. This kid can do it all. Like I say, I just think he just got to sharpen up his tool set a little bit. And I think he's 6'3", you know what I mean? Again, 4'4", 40. I mean, Zakee Wheatley is going to be a beast. So I'm definitely loving it. I did pick another safety as well. This one is to the opposite, a little bit more cover skills. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then I picked a wide receiver. I just felt like I needed to, but this guy to me is going to be more of a special teams guy. He falls in line with what we have right now. He's a burner, 4'3", 40, 6 foot. This guy, I mean, 5 of his 6 touchdowns were 40 yards or more. So this guy is definitely another deep threat. His weakness is the short game. You know what I mean? He's got to get a little tougher at the line of scrimmage. He's got to hand fight a little bit with some DBs. And that's just some of the work he's got to do. But for me, like I say, I'm good with Besh. I'm good with Thornton. I think we develop them. I like Jackson. We got some supporting cast out there in our wide receiver room. I do think to truly affect the wide receiver room, we're going to have to probably burn a first-round pick next year on a wide receiver, take one high, or we're going to have to spend some money in free agency. And that's kind of my philosophy. It's been my philosophy with the wide receiver, so I'm kind of sticking with that. And then again, I go right back to the running back. Now I find a guy who fell to me this guy knows Fernando. Nothing better to have a guy you got some familiarity with. Shit, I need another drink. I'm getting tongue-tied, so I'm going to drink until it flows right. Roman Henby, another guy, not afraid of contact. This guy, I mean, one cut, bam. This guy sees the hole. I mean, ground and pound between Genty, Jadarian, and then in case somebody get hurt, Roman, we will have a solid running game. You got to think injuries, man. I think about injuries all the time. I think about depth all the time. And like I say, a running game along with defense and a good offensive line is going to be Fernando's best friend. And that's where I'm going with this draft. And then I think I picked the freaking biggest guy in the damn draft here with Markel Bell. I don't know if everybody remembers seeing him in the game. Yeah. This man is huge and he can play. I mean, I know he's fallen. He's got some issues with the run game, but this guy had to block Bain, in practice all the damn time. So I think his strength is in pass protection, but he's got to focus more and get that run again. I mean, come on, dude. He's 6'9". I think he's got an 8-foot wingspan. I mean, he's got some long ass arms. So that's why he's great at pass protection, but he's got to get a little bit better in blocking. And then I come back to safety. Like I say, this guy I think has a little bit more cover skills than Wheatley, but again, Jacoby Thomas, I think he's going to be a great safety in this league. He's going to be really good. And then Xavier Harris, yes. Another big monster. 6'8", long arms. I mean, he's got some work to do, but again, if we can get this guy,
yes.
I mean, he is nothing but a big 2-gap nose tackle. But
he's massive. I saw him on my board.
Yeah, he's massive. So I just figure, you know what? I'm going to double down to defensive tackle. I'm going to double down on offensive tackle in the trenches. And like I say, let's get this ground and pound going. Let's support Fernando. I think, guys, with a great running game, I think what we did with our defense, if we do something like this in the draft, I can go higher than my 8 or 9 wins because you can't, like I say, you think about fourth quarter and you got some young guys just beating you down. You know what I mean? We got a fullback in Hayward. I think we'll and I'll just speak on a couple that I think we'll do in undrafted free agents, but I think we'll pick up a fullback as an undrafted free agent. And then I definitely think we'll also pick up a quarterback as an undrafted free agent in this draft here. And I think let's do this, man. Let's go.
Ooh, how many times did you say draft?
All right.
I don't know. I was getting tongue-tied there.
Counting, but I just kept drinking. But before we get into our mock drafts, let's go over and say what's up to the chat real quick to everybody. Raider Travis, what's good? We appreciate you. Longtime member of the show. He says, what's up? Travis, he's playing the drinking game, but he's twerking instead. So get your twerk on out there, Travis. Willie Wayne says, spicy and everyone. Salute to you as well. Hobo Raider says, Mark Davis's girlfriend looks like an AI girl for show. All right. Big Luck 3138 says he's getting chocolate dipped. Mark Davis, that is. And I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him either. You work it, Mark Davis. And Mark Davis just happens to be joining us tonight. He's commenting from the Moonlight Bunny Ranch. He's burying up the sheep over there, apparently. And Raider Travis says, Davis meeting women on Coach Tinder.
Oh, hey.
Raider Paul says, Raiders. I'm not sure who this was for, but he's giving somebody a C grade on their mock draft. I think that might have been when yours was up, Omar. I'm not sure. Alpha Omega, thanks for being a member as well. We appreciate you. He says, what's up, For Life family? Also, he goes on to say 2 tight end sets, a running back, a fullback, definitely in Omar's mock draft.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Raider Travis, member for 44 months. Like, share, subscribe. Much love and respect. Yeah. Raiders 20-0, like always. You know that's right. We appreciate you, Raider Travis. And I actually think it's been longer than that. Alpha and Omega Forever says, don't be surprised we end up with the largest improved O-line, especially with my hometown bro, Charles Grant, signing this season.
I've been hearing a lot about Grant. They've been talking a lot about Grant. But isn't Grant just going to be a guard, though? You know what I mean? Like I said, I've talked about it before. I think,
I'd like to see him and DJ Glaze fight for that guard position, that right guard position, if it were me, depending on who we draft and how the draft looks. But like right now, I'd love to see those two battle out for right guard and maybe let Rodgers play left tackle.
Yep.
All right. LAZ773, what is good, everyone? Raiders, what's good with you? As you know, if you're just joining us, we are doing our mock drafts, and here are the picks that the Raiders have, and we were going to go through them one by one, which each of us sharing our mock drafts with you, of course. Again, if you're playing along with us, the drinking game alert is draft, so y'all know what to do.
Yes, yes.
And remember, like always, light that torch, hit that like button. And April, you ready to share your mock draft with us?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Take it away.
All right. Like I did with everybody else, I went with Fernando Mendoza. I'll talk about that later. I'm gonna pass on that one. I feel we need a wide receiver. Jacoby Lane, USC Cali guy. You know what I mean? He's 6'4". He ran a 4.47 in the dash. I mean, 745 yards with 4 TDs. Okay, let's go. I also picked Logan Jones for inside offensive line. So I think it was you, Omar, that picked him, or was it? Okay, I don't even have to go over him again. I picked another offensive tackle because we need like Omar said, people in the trenches. So I picked Demetrius Crownover. Dude is kind of big. I picked a lot of big dude. He's 6'7", 319 pounds. I mean, okay, let's go. Let's start tackling some people. Let's protect the quarterback. And the next one, Enrique Cruz Jr., He's nothing. I don't know. Maybe for depth, I don't know. He wasn't anything like that really stuck out to me. But he is a big dude. He's 6'5", 313. So we'll see. And then I kind of went defense a little bit, even though we really got a lot in the we got a lot of defensive people. So I don't know. Defensive linebacker Dante Corleone. He's got 13 tackles in 10 games with 3 TFLs.
Godfather.
I mean, 6'1", 320. Okay, I'm feeling it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Not
a bad pick. I like it.
Okay, good. I did go with a kicker, and the reason I went with a kicker is because it did my boy Carlson dirty, and it got Matt Gay. So, actually, Trace Mack, his career long, he's got a 56-yarder. He's went 18 for 22, 27 for 28 in point afters. He's got 10 total of more than 50-yard field goals. So you know what? And I like his name, Smack. He was smacking people around. So let's go. We need a new kicker. I'm not a fan of Matt Gay.
Too.
I went with an edge only because I'm not going to say why, but I went with an edge just like the just in case edge. Trey Moore from Texas.
You say why?
Well, I just think Max is he's I don't know. Is this his last year playing? I don't know, but we need another edge. I don't know if this guy's going to be any good. We'll see. Then a safety. I think our secondary still has issues. So this kid Kendall Daniels. The reason I picked him was because he had 53 tackles, 9 for loss. He had 5 INTs. I mean, I'm a defense girl. Let's go. We need some interceptions this year. A lot, in fact. And then Devonta Smith as a cornerback. We do need, and Notre Dame. I mean, I'm just saying, we all know who came from Notre Dame. He's 6', 205 pounds, 20 tackles, 1 TFL, and 3 pass breakups. So, hey, this is my first mock draft.
Good job.
I will say this. I'm gonna get people hating me real quick, but oh well, it's my opinion. For some reason, and I've been thinking this for months, they're gonna pass on that first draft. I don't know why I don't think they're gonna pick Mendoza. I don't know why. I really don't. I just, for some gut feeling, I hope they do pick Mendoza, because if we're rebuilding, I think the way to go is to get a quarterback. Obviously, he's a Heisman Trophy winner. I watched him in his championship game. That dude was a savage. But Raiders are going to Raider, and I just don't know. I don't know what's up their sleeves, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we do get Mendoza.
So who would you prefer in that number 1 spot?
I don't know. I don't know. They might trade. I don't know. I don't know what the Raiders are going to do. They need to get a quarterback. I don't think they're going to get Ty Simpson. If they were to get Ty Simpson and give, I think the Steelers, who has the second pick?
Jets.
And they gave the Jets Fernando Mendoza. Wow. I would be very surprised. I'd be surprised. But I just don't want to get my hopes up. People out there pre-buying Mendoza's jersey when we don't even know. So I don't know.
You have to put it out there in the universe. But I get you.
Yeah, it's been put out there it's been put out there profusely in the universe. So, I think he'd be a great leader. I think Mendoza I'm talking about. I think it'll be a change in the culture in the Raider locker room. I don't know. I think it'd be great. I'm down with it. Him and my boy AOC could chop it up. Just kidding. But yeah, so that's my mock draft. It was fun. That was my first time doing one. I liked it.
Maybe you're suffering from a little RPTSD. It happens. It happens to all of us. Let's go over to the comments a little bit over here. MG's Raider says, salute, Spicy Mother Moon, Omar, Arthur, and April. Salute to you as well. Big luck. 3138 said a kicker at number 175 ? She addressed that a little bit. It's out of spite, she said.
hey, we've taken one overall, so at 175, that ain't bad.
There you go. Hater. I just want to say C- for April Cousins, 4202.
Because he thinks we're going to pick Kirk Cousins. That's why. Nah, don't call me Cousins.
Big Luck is throwing those cookies out, man. Wow. I wonder what his A grade draft looks like.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know, right? Throwing those C's out.
I want to see Big Luck's draft. There we go. Put your draft in the comments, Big Luck.
Come
Let's check
on,
it out.
Big Luck, join us. Alpha Omega Forever says every time the word draft is mentioned, take a drink. He's already looking like he's playing along with those happy faces. Or not happy faces, those drunk faces. I don't know what those faces are actually. What's up, 805 Raider? What's going on, people? Salute to the panel. Have a great live. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
805 Raider is awesome. He's co-hosted with us at live events. Make sure to subscribe to his channel as well. He's got lots of great things to say. Shout out to you. MG Raider says, if they don't pick Mendoza, I'm going to lose my ish.
We all
I think that's probably.
We all are.
Yeah.
Big Luck says, April, you know he loves you. Alpha Omega forever. We've been needed another edge player to complement Max. Can't believe we've never addressed this since drafting him. I've always talked about him needing a bookend. I think April might be speaking of upon his exit, maybe both, not sure. Stop that, April. We're drafting Mendoza. Simpson sucks, and that tape shows it. You want to address any of those comments?
I mean, I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not saying we're going to pick Simpson. I'm just saying I know the Raiders. I know what they do, and they shock people. And don't be. So I just want everyone to just say, okay, April warned us all, just in case. I'm just playing the devil's advocate over here. Okay, I want Mendoza. Stop it. I'm just saying. Sheesh.
You know you were starting with that comment, girl. So there it is, right? Raider Travis, I think Kubiak, being an offensive-minded coach, he'll draft Mendoza to build the future. All right. Well, we've got myself and Mother Moon mock drafts to go here, but why don't we let the audience join the madness a little bit before we get into ours? We were going to welcome Rafa to the show. What's good, Rafa? Thanks for joining us.
All right. Hello. Salute to y'all.
Salute.
So I just saw for the mock drafts. I know they gotta drink it a lot, but well, to be honest, right now, I think it's gonna be really great if we get a draft, a quarterback, but also we just needed like defensive, offensive line. So my idea to bring it up here, because I just wanted to draft like between for the offensive line, like right tackles, safety. I mean, there is like an offensive tackle from Miami, which is Francis Mauga, which is like a plug and play, a live physical profile. Because if Las Vegas Raiders wants a long-term booking of policy, which is Colton Miller, I mean, this guy, which is Francis Mauga, could be the cleanest pick on the class. Also, there is Calatrina. He can play both tackle spots. And also they have David Bailey from Texas Tech. I mean, he got a true explosiveness, because if they really want like a true alpha pass rusher, I mean, Bailey just like in the most ready on the class. And of course, they have the right receivers. So I just wanted to tell you, between for like all these greatest things that we have for the college football class coming up there, it's all about class. It's all about defensive. It's all about like most credible, and of course the biggest names, because they always had the biggest needs. Because there's two biggest needs. Well, actually three, not only for the quarterback, but also right tackle, right guard, because even adding Tyler Bond, I mean, he can really had to figure it out about the safe floor, high ceiling, could be ready, and it's gonna be like a true prospect that's gonna be really expected. And I know that some of the players, they're gonna be like a swing tackle with started upside, so that could be anything.
So let me ask you this real quick, Captain. You mentioned David Bailey, who I love. I think you're right; he's probably the most pro ready. And Maui Goa, would you forego Mendoza for one of those players, because they're going in the top 5?
Yeah, they're going to be like in the top 5, because imagine this, because I understand that if Fernando Mendoza could be really starred with the right decision, I think it's going to be so much right about it. But between for the case of David Bailey, which is from Texas Tech, right, I mean, it's truly amazing. And have you ever seen like the 40-yard dash, which is an undeniable message coming up there? I mean, this could be like something brand new, something incredible when it comes to like the speed and of course the production coming up there. I mean, what can I tell you? They're gonna be like the good fit because I understand he's from the Red Raiders from Texas Tech, and he's gonna be like the future of the franchise. I mean, he's been notable. I mean, the career prior to this right here. I mean, this is gonna be like most productive pass rusher by metrics in the country. I know he's transferred for Texas Tech from Stanford, and he got really, really elaborated in those lines coming up there, and it's solidified. I mean, they're gonna be like the greatest one. I mean, he's gonna be solidified at the top 5. Well, perhaps in the round number 2, but I understand they just needed someone like brand new to fit in for the defense because I understand over those last years, which is just like the good ones, but also like the weakest one. But this right here, David Bailey, is an absolutely great fit for the Raiders. And of course, they had to clean it all.
So what are you saying? Are you saying we draft Doza and then trade picks all the way back up like Houston did and say, hey, we're going to grab our quarterback and we're going to grab a defensive stud in this draft? Ooh,
yeah, I mean, exactly.
I like that. I like drafting back up. That's what I keep talking about. Yes, get your quarterback and get back up into the higher rounds and get some supporting cast. I love it.
Yeah, because to be honest, right now, first and foremost, we need a quarterback, which is Fernando Mendoza, and then we gotta take care of all the offense and the defense. Because I just wanted to tell you, between David Bailey, combination of great size, athleticism, production, had established him as a superstar in the premier defensive players. It's a promising prospect. I mean, this guy can do it all.
Sure.
Yeah, it'll cost a lot, though. It will cost.
I think for that to happen too, you would have to have like the Jets take Orville Reese over Bailey, and Bailey would have to drop a little bit, maybe 4th or 5th pick overall, somewhere in that. I mean, because you're trying to trade up it with the Jets and get him at number 2. Now, like Omar said, that's going to cost a lot. So
that might cost our 27 and 28 first round picks to do that. You know what I mean? So you're going to be mortgaging the future. You know what I mean? Hey, like I said, Houston did it. They did it. Well, I think they got Will Anderson and C.J. Stroud. You know, they did it. And it worked out because both of them are Pro Bowl. You know, they're both Pro Bowl players. You know, so hey,
it is.
They haven't won a championship.
Rafa, well, thank you so much. We appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for joining the madness.
Yeah, I know, because I'm so ready what is coming to happen in April. And I just wanted to tell you, salute to everybody else. I know that football is an international flavor. And of course, we all belong here at the Civil and Black Nations, or Raider Nation for life. And of course, let's make Fernando Mendoza as the newest quarterback, first quarterback, and then we're going to do the offense and defense to build something, anything better.
All right. You're here. Thank you, my friend. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
See you later, Rafa. Thank you.
Can I just make a quick, just like totally off the wall statement here? Because it's been bothering me. Can we please take Tom Brady off of the coming back out of retirement just because he was throwing dimes at a flag football game? Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Okay. I'll just leave that one alone. We have someone else backstage that wants to join the madness. Welcome to the show, a humiliated man. Are you there? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
I got to hear about this humiliation. Tell me about it, bro. Wait. Let me have a drink first.
Go ahead. Have your drink. Have your drink.
I'm ready now.
You guys all did me dirty last week, y'all.
Damn.
Oh.
Last week, I got up here and started talking about how we need to address receiver because we haven't addressed receiver yet. I had completely forgotten about Jalen Naylor. None of you said a thing to me. You just let me go on and on and on about how, well, we haven't addressed receiver yet, and we need to. I probably look like a dumb snup in front of the whole country, and I know you guys were enjoying that. So, yeah, y'all are humiliated. I'm a humiliated man right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got to disagree. I mean, I like Naylor, but we still don't have a number one receiver.
We need a one.
You know what I mean?
And I honestly think that's what you were talking about.
So, right. So you're not bad, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I wasn't that far off. No.
Yeah,
No,
I think you
we
were more
don't have
referring
a
to the fact
number
that
one.
we needed a number one, and that's what you were referring to.
Yeah.
Right.
I still stand by most of what I said. I mean, given that Jalen Nailor is probably not going to be a number one, and neither is homeboy from Seattle. I forget his name that we got last week too.
Yeah, he's more of a special teams guy.
Just more special teams. Yeah. Yep.
I
mean,
but yeah,
that's what I've been saying. I think, like I said, I think with what we have, Naylor included, I said that to you earlier. I think we need a number one pick, or we got to spend some money, as we had discussed previously. Other than that, we're just going to get more of what we already have, in my mind.
Well, and that's what I was going to tell you. I agree with you about Malik Benson. I think he could be. I think he has the potential to be a sort of a game changer for our wide receiver room, just because of how his speed is and everything, and he's pretty good at getting separation and everything like that. Now, could he come in and be a number one right away? That's always shaky, but he's got enough talent to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah. I agree with you about Malik Benson. My only disagreements with you are on the running backs, Price and Hemby. And the only reason I disagree with you on that is because I've been saying, and we've been saying for the last month, that the Raiders need a big fullback, 240-pound plus type.
We got one. Hayward. We got a fullback.
We got Hayward.
Yeah. We got a fullback.
Steelers.
And I don't think and I was saying that at the end of my little spiel about my thing. I don't think we're going to draft, as a drafted player of one of our 10 draft picks, I don't think we're going to draft a fullback. I think we'll end up picking up an undrafted free agent, is what I think, to add to our fullback room.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm cool.
It's going to be like two of them.
I'm cool with picking up one of these guys, as far as between Hemby and Price, but I'm not sure I'd pick up both of them. That would be my only point of contention with you, I guess. But other than that, I mean, you've got a good thing. I definitely agree with you about Xavier Thomas. That dude is probably there's no such thing as a can't miss, but that dude is as close to a can't miss as you can really get. You know what I'm saying? Not that I want to put the Tony Mandridge curse on him, but I mean, he's I'm in total agreement with you about that. So I don't generally do a whole lot of mock drafting, just because nothing ever turns out the way people use it, and that just annoys me. So that's why I generally don't participate in that stuff. But I also want to say,
guys getting paid millions of dollars and they do mock drafts and be wrong as fuck.
Yeah, and people keep coming back to them. But April, I 100% agree with you too on the Fernando Mendoza thing. I don't think that Fernando Mendoza is a lock. Like we're absolutely getting him on draft day. I think the Raiders are doing a lot of due diligence behind the scenes, and I think it's about 50-50 if we get him. And to be honest with you, I don't mind if we take Ty Simpson over Fernando Mendoza. Ty Simpson's got a lot of talent, and he played against better defenses. Like, he's got the toughest conference in college football down there, doesn't he? So I wouldn't mind taking Ty Simpson at all, and I also wouldn't mind, like what'd you say, trading up with Mendoza and all that. So
yeah,
I just
you're trading back. You got to.
Yeah. Well, then who's our quarterback? Who does that leave our quarterback? I know what April's going to say. What would you say?
I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not. I'm not going that way. I wouldn't.
All right. Well, then I'll ask both of you. Who's our quarterback if we don't draft him?
Well, we can get a couple of good years out of a Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Out of a Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying?
We can't afford Derek Carr. Derek Carr's off the table.
But before you guys answer, just think about this real quick. I'm not going to go long. Think about what we would need to do to get back in a draft position to draft a quality quarterback.
Exactly.
Think about that.
Yes.
Now, that just means more painful ass. And I'm not saying Fernando Mendoza, I'm not blessing him with the crown just yet. Yeah. But I'm saying we're in a position now to draft the best quarterback available in this year's draft. Do it. And if we ever unfortunately find ourselves back there again, do it again until you get that franchise quarterback. I mean, I agree. Think we have to be, I just think it's more of a philosophy. Anyway, but you guys go ahead.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I want them to take Mendoza too. But if we don't take him, I'm not that mad, because I know that John Spytek and Brady and everybody is they're developing plans and backup plans to their backup plans, and they've shown us this year that they're pretty smart about how they move, right? Like, we're all pretty happy with the way this offseason has gone so far. So if they don't take Mendoza, I don't want to say some cliche, but I'm just trusting the process with that. Maybe there's something they know about another quarterback that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be totally heartbroken. But I want him. But if we don't take him, I feel we're still basically on the rise. You know what I'm saying?
I think all signs are pointing to Mendoza. The biggest sign is called Linderbaum.
Yeah.
All right, a humiliated man. We are going to move on with our mock draft. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. You're always welcome. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. Good talking to you.
Good night.
All right.
I love it when they come on and disagree with me and just tear down my whole freaking draft.
The show was all about. It's all good. Before my phone gets into her mock draft, we're going to pop back over to the comments really quickly because we appreciate all of you in the comments, of course. Let's see. Alpha and Omega Forever, member for 1 month. Thank you for your support as well. Walker, MLB solid, no more of Max in coverage. Art White, 8093. Don't talk bad about our Bucky Larson like that, Omar. Uh-oh. He's just kidding. He's kidding around with you. And I don't know what this is exactly for, but Travis is agreeing with you on something. I came.
I'll drink to that, Travis.
A couple minutes ago, so maybe something you said recently. MG's Raiders says we need a franchise QB. We have to stop kicking the can down the road. WTF are we thinking here? Come on, peeps.
I agree.
Come on, peeps.
Yep.
I think that's a vote for Doza.
There's no way Spytek is going to pass drafting Mendoza. If he does, he'll get fired like Telesco did.
Telesco did. I'm with that.
All right. Yep. So give him an opportunity to pass up for sure. All right, Mother Moon, are you ready to give us your mock draft?
Yes, I am ready to give a mock draft.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so everyone, this is my first mock draft. So I did not look at all the stats, but here I have, of course, Fernando. I think we need a quarterback. Keep it short. I feel he's an all-rounded guy, and he has Brady for an icon. So I think he really respects him and is going to follow in his footsteps somewhat. So that's Fernando. And then for 36, I have Lee Hunter. Now, when I looked at these guys, I kind of said, what do I want? Not knowing what they're about. I said, well, I want to see how big they are and what their wingspan is, as a few of you have mentioned already. So Lee is 6'3", 318 pounds, wingspan of 6 feet, 8 3/4. So we'll just say 6'9". So he's a big guy. Yeah, so he's done well. He's known as a human roadblock. Get past him if you can. He pictures himself as a two-man kind of guy. You got to get 2 mans on me if you want to block. Big guy. That's what I think I'm searching here for. Next for wide receiver, I chose and correct me on the pronunciation. Malachi. Okay, he's also 6'4", 218 with a 6'7" wingspan, which I like. Little fact about him, he played quarterback in high school and has learned to move around, so he's done really well. Let's see. He had a WAR tallying of 811 yards and 58 receptions. So he's not bad on the field. He gets around. Demetrius, love the name. He's 6'7", nice tall guy. After spending his first 3 years as a backup, he became the starting right tackle in 2024. So he's learned to wait and learn from others and get out there and finally made his spot on a team. So I like that. Like I said, who are we? Okay, so fun fact on him, Demetrius, he is a newlywed. He's going to work hard to impress his bride and show her off. So he's going to do his thing right out there.
Are you sure that might not hurt him? That could.
No, that's not going to hurt him. This is his longtime girlfriend, so he's a family man. We need a couple of family men over here in Las Vegas, right? Yeah. Jacoby, I have not much on him, although 6'1", 211. I liked his name, Jacoby. It works for me. Okay. That's where I base my
range safety.
So I like that. Okay, so moving on, TJ Hall. He's from Fresno. Apparently we do well with getting the guys out of Fresno. That's all I have for him. He's from Iowa Hawkeyes. And
Enough said. Enough said.
That's all I got to say on him. Okay, and our next guy is CJ Davis. Okay, well, another 6'4", 322 pounds. His wingspan is 6'11" and an eighth, which is important. The eighth is important.
Right. Can't be shortened. Can't be shortened foods.
Big, strong guys with a wingspan. I think that's important. I know we always talk about how Mad Max has those long arms. He gets out there, tackles. So that's always good to have that. Brian. Now I say Brian because I pulled him up, and sometimes he spells it with an I, and sometimes it's spelled with a Y, which I thought was kind of funny. But it's Brian with an I. He's 6'2", 209 pounds, 6'7". Wingspan. Well, I guess that's probably about average. He first got his career start. Let's see. He allowed no receptions and recovered a fumble in a blowout 40-0 victory over Illinois State. So he was alert on the field. That told me that he was ready and paying attention. So I like that. He previously played out here on the Contra Costa Comets, which is a college league. And he also played for New Mexico Lobos, which we love the New Mexico Lobos team. I do, at least. Family's from there. He also played in Oakland High School and played in the community football field there. So some hometown love there. Now I have Eric McAllister. I'd like to come back to him if I may. Okay, so we'll go to Keon Sloan. He's 6'3", 6'4", and he's about 210, 252. I guess they don't really know his weight yet, but he's a big guy. So with him, he does well. He has 49 tackles, 26 solo tackles on his own. He also played linebacker and what else? And edge, of course. So that. So not much on him, but unique name. Now Eric McAllister. He's American college football wide receiver, TSU, the Horned Frogs, which caught my attention. I just never knew that name before, but there's a college Horned Frogs. The only thing with him, and I don't know if we would go with him, is because he allegedly has a past. He was arrested after threatening a man with a gun. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and later pled guilty. So I don't know if we're willing to even go there and have somebody on that team. Yes, you do your time, but do you get a chance? But although I chose him, hopefully we give him another chance. He was doing wrong. Let's just put it that way. But he
sounds like an original Raider to me.
I was just going to say that.
Oh my God!
Like,
he does.
You're gonna be smoking cigarettes on the sideline.
Yeah. So he was, sent to probation. I don't know if the probation's over or not, but just saying. Yeah. There we have it. So a little bit of mixed. I just looked for the big guys and see if they were kind of what affiliation they had too close to home. And that's how I jumped my draft.
Yeah. All right. Salute to that. Thank you, Mother Moon. I'll try to. We're already getting close to up. Oops. Sorry, Mother Moon. I didn't mean to take you off there. I meant to take the draft job. My bad. We're almost up on our time here, so I'll try to bust through mine really quickly. Some of them are the same picks, so we've kind of heard a little bit about these players already. So here we go. Here's mine. No surprise here. The same with everybody else. We got Fernando Mendoza at number 1 for obvious reasons. Caleb Banks I have here. Kind of like Arthur touched on earlier, I think we just need some more defensive linemen with the new defense and things like that. He's got outstanding physical strength and traits. He has power, press on the point, above average burst that we like, quick with his hands. So we just need some more, I say, dogs in the trenches, right? That's why we're going D for me here. The second guy I have here is Jennings Dunker. And if you don't know about Jennings Dunker, let me introduce you to Jennings Dunker, okay? Because I will say this about this
mullet,
man.
right? Is that the mullet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got that beautiful head of lettuce.
Right?
It's my turn. I can cut y'all off, okay? Actually, that's not the one I want to see. See, you're messing up my flow. You're messing up my flow. But yes, you are correct. You are correct. He does have the mullet. And I will say this. I'm trying to pull up a picture here. I will say, because I want to show, if you haven't seen the mullet, I want y'all to see the mullet. Okay?
Is it like a genuine mullet? Like
What's that for the moon?
Is it a genuine mullet?
Well, I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share it with you. All right? Everyone's getting a little excited here. I think we might have a little mullet mania. We might be onto something for this reason alone. For this reason alone, right?
Oh, Lord.
With the shag. I mean, with the long shag.
If this guy can have this kind of commitment to a mullet, he can have commitment to excellence. Okay?
Person ginger.
Oh, my goodness.
And another ginger. Uh-oh. Max will have a kindred. Max will have a kindred spirit on the team. Oh shit. I think we might have to draft him. Spicy, I think you're onto something here. You're onto something here.
Right? That is commitment right there, okay? He could commit to that mullet. He could commit to excellence. And yes, supposedly another ginger, April. I guess there's a pattern here.
Ooh, that's a legit mullet.
I like it.
All right, let's get back on track here. Let's get back on track here. So I as well threw in a wide receiver because I just don't think we have a proven wide receiver yet. Do we have one on the team that could potentially be the guy? Yes, we've talked about this over and over. We think it's a lack of coaching, that maybe the wide receivers we haven't been as successful as they could be at this point. So I have Bryce Lance here. He's a fast dude. Mark Davis Al Davis likes fast dudes. So we're going to say Mark Davis likes them too. 4.34, 40-yard dash. He's quick. So I say draft him, put him in there with the wide receivers we already have. And, like they say, best man for the job.
His brother's in the league too, right?
There you go.
Trey Lance. Yeah.
So he's got some tutelage. I like it. We've got some tutelage right there with him. Next we have Bud Clark. Same type of thing. More defensive here. Little depth, which I think the Raiders are still needing. They've beefed up that defense a lot, but I mean I think it still can get better. Great run pass defender, which I think the Raiders have kind of really been lacking, especially the pass defense in the middle of the field there. So next we've got Mason Reiger, I believe is how you say it. An edge. And I know you tiptoed around it earlier, April. You tiptoed around it earlier, but I'm just going to say it, okay? And I've got two edges here. I love my boy Mad Max. But just because he came back, I'm not convinced that the Raiders are convinced in keeping him. I don't have the confidence in that. And even so, I have always said this. I've said this for years. He needs a bookend. So that's the reason why I've actually got two edge rushers here, both in Mason and Brian Thompson Jr. And you know what? I should have went first before choosing these guys with these names after drinking the entire show. Ephesians. Much respect to you, Ephesians. Another, we got a cornerback here. Excuse me. Again, just maintains positioning in run support, which again I think we need. Sees routes developments, able to kind of shut those down in coverage, and again we've kind of been missing that in the middle of the field there. So I like him for that reason. And then last, I'm going to jump over because I already talked about the edge. I'm going to jump over James Brockermeyer. Now I think he can kind of say, like, he's listed as center here, but I think he's just could be good as an offensive line, which I'm not convinced that we really have a good offensive line yet. So I think that the Raiders need to kind of beef that up a little bit. Obviously, he's not going to play the center position, but he could be moved around just like any of the others have been. So try to get it all in because I know we're running out of time here. But those are our mock drafts.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So
I like Caleb Banks. I mean, I'm hoping Caleb Banks fall. I mean, I've been hearing a lot, with the injuries. He got injured at the combine. If that guy falls, and I played around with some mocks and I saw him fall, and I'm like, we could seriously grab him in a third round. You know what I mean? And so that'll be great. That would be great.
Yep. All right. Well, we are up on our time, like I said, and we just want to thank all of you for joining us. Thanks for those who appeared on the show. Thank you to all that have commented, and thank you to all of our members of this show. We hope to see you next week. And Raider Nation, we go out one way and only one way.
Produced by Hamza Yassin. Produced by Hamza Yassin.
Just draft.
As you know, the drinking game alert was draft. I managed to make it through almost an entire bottle of wine. Omar, how many Negros did you make it through? Are you Mark Davis status yet over there?
This is a tall can at the bottom. It's a 24 ounce. I'm probably gonna come with a 40 ounce next year. I might graduate.
All right,
next week.
Mother Moon double fisting down there. And April was drinking her wine even when the draft word wasn't said. So she is on point.
I'm feeling it.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.